Hey guys, Savage Joy here with Real Progress in Action. How are there already 2 viewers? This is kind of crazy. So I'm gonna just kind of wait a minute till more people join. Um, I'm sorry, I've been doing less and less shows. I'm just fucking depressed. I'll be honest with you. Like, all this shit has me fucking just not wanting to do much of anything. Even though once I get up to it, you guys help keep me sane by letting me vent. So much shit is going on right now. Hey, Fluffy Bunny. Um, Today alone has been insane. Um, Oh my god. Hey, Roxanne. God, it's so crazy because, like, you guys are what helps keep me sane, but at the same time, you know, um, social media is the devil. So it's like sometimes I'm like, I don't want to know this shit. Like, I don't want to know. And I don't want to see the ugliness. And, I don't want to see the attacks. I don't know, Zach. I'm scared. This shit's Armageddon. And while I wait for people to tune in, I have a funny story. So, a lot of you guys know I did go to Iowa to volunteer for Bernie for 5 weeks. And there was this lady, I called her husband because her husband was listed as someone who would want to volunteer for our campaign. Come here, baby. It's okay. And so I called him and he wasn't home, but his wife answered. And I said, are you, a Bernie supporter as well? And she said to me, you know what? It's not going to matter. I'm not going to vote because Armageddon is going to come before the general election. So I'm not worried about it. I support him doing it, but it's the furthest thing from my mind. And she went on for a good, I don't know, 3-4 minutes. And I was just like, the entire time, because I could tell she was 1 billion% serious. So I got off the phone and I went up to some people in the campaign office and I was like, dude, that was the weirdest fucking call I've ever had. We just kind of laughed about it and we're like, well, I mean, if Armageddon comes, as long as Bernie wins, the nom, we're good. So we made some jokes about it. And now I'm like sitting here like, I'm sorry I laughed at you, lady. This is fucking weird. It's some crazy shit going on. So I feel like it would take me like a 6-hour show to even touch on all the shit going on with Biden. And I wasn't necessarily planning to go live, so I didn't take like a lot of notes. But, well, first, he just said, yeah, Zach, I mean, unfortunately, as scary as it is, I kind of understand that in a weird way. So like 2 hours ago, yeah, well, I should back up. Last night, Bernie said, yes, he will be in the next debate in April. So, of course, all of us are like, yeah, 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 yeah. He finally said something about essentially not dropping out, at least for, a week or two or whatever. So that gave me a little bit of hope because I've been a mess over even considering it. So, um, 6 hours. Yes, Zach, you're a champ. Sorry, I digress. But they asked Biden about it today in an interview, and he goes, I think we've done enough debates. So he literally is not even going to do any more debates with Bernie. So Okay. Remember when Hillary did that? She backed out of I forget if it was 4 or 6. I believe it was 4. The last 4 debates in 16, Hillary backed out of. She said, well, I've as good as gotten the nom. I'm out. So, there's several reasons why Biden probably backed out. One of them is because he's an incoherent mess. And the other one is probably because he's terrified of Bernie. Because Bernie, it's taking way too long, Bernie, way too long. But he is slowly stepping up his game as far as, finally saying he doubts Biden, he has doubts Biden could beat Trump and stuff. It took way too long, way too long. And that's really pisses me and a lot of people off. But so I'm guessing, and then the other reason I think Biden said that is because a woman went on Katie Halper's show last night and talked about when Biden sexually assaulted her. Now, this is not this is not breaking news. This is one of the women who came forward when Lucy Flores did back in 2019. But like Lucy Flores, it was thrown under the rug, swept under the rug. This woman was doxxed. She was slandered, harassed, everything. You can't go up against a Democrat unless you are willing to be attacked, slandered, bullied. The Biden bros are absolutely abhorrent, and most of them are women. Which just makes it, as a woman, it makes it even more disgusting. When you're like, speaking up for Christine Blasey Ford, when you're like, oh, believe women, me too, believe women, all of these things, and then all of a sudden, someone with a D next to their name, Bill Clinton, is absolved by everything. They don't have to be held accountable. It is absolutely disgusting. So this woman comes out, she tells her story. It's just repulsive. It took place in 1993, which is another reason all the libs are trying to dismiss it because, he's changed. I mean, right. It's not like, just a few months ago, he kisses his like teenage granddaughter on the lips, which is so disgusting. It's inappropriate. I'm not saying anything sexual goes on between them, but I am saying it's inappropriate. And as a teenage girl, I would never kiss my grandfather on the lip. No, especially in public when you have a history of, of touching women and children. And I've always surmised that the reason why, he does that with his granddaughter is because, people do say he can't keep his hands to himself, but then libs are always like, well, he's just an affectionate man. So there you go. Now he's like kissing, his granddaughter on the mouth and see, he's just affectionate. No, it's gross. Like it's gross. It really is. So, I digress, but listen to Katie Halper's podcast from last night. I've had her on the show. She's really good at what she does. And so articles came out, today about it, but all of it's independent media, all of it. And now I cannot think of her name. Oh my God. So, let me look it up while I talk. So it was trending with I believe and the woman's name. And let me see here. let's see. I have too much on my mind. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay, trending. Let's see. I don't know why I can't find it. Damn it. I'm sorry, guys. But what it comes down to is that, oh wait, I believe Tara. That's what's coming up. I believe Tara. So her name is, let's see, she just followed me. It's disgusting. So I believe Tara is trending, and people are getting shadow banned who are tweeting that hashtag. People are getting shadow banned who are sharing the articles and the podcast. Biden bots are literally mass reporting burners who are, posting these articles, and they're getting burners' accounts suspended. Twitter is, we've known for quite some time that it's part of the establishment. But yeah, like that's what happened to me on fucking caucus day. You guys all chipped in to get me to Iowa for 5 weeks. Caucus day, I'm filming, and all of a sudden, I'm not allowed to post for 12 hours on caucus day. Why? Mass reported by, actually, it was Elizabeth Warren supporters. But that's what they do. They know that we are the media. And I don't just mean like me literally. I mean like all of us are the media. And so they're shadow banning anyone who brings this to light. So in any case, I think that is another reason why Joe doesn't want to go on the debate, because he actually thinks they would ask him about it, which they wouldn't. Let's be very clear. There's no way they would ask him anything about it. He is fragile, Nathan. You're absolutely right. So I have this for Joe. And the reason is because, as if Joe's already not a mess, he had a happy hour stream. A happy hour stream. Like literally. Like happy hour. Dude does not need alcohol. Okay? Can we just agree on that? He does not need any fucking alcohol. And Simone Sanders like tweets a pic of her like this with like, I don't know what it is, some kind of vodka or something in a glass. And it reminded me of when Liz was like, look, I'm just casually drinking a beer in my kitchen, only like more severe because he's not well. So when you get to some of the stuff he said, well, first he was absent for 6 days, which is just very presidential. The past 24 days, he's been saying good things about Trump, or the past 24 hours, he's been saying good things about Trump. He has said the cure is the problem. I have all the videos on Twitter. People are making compilations. He has stated, there has never been a time in America when we cannot come through a tragedy. And it's just sad. Well, never mind. And then the interviewer's like, continue. And he goes, nah, it's better I don't. What? Seriously, what? You people are voting for this fucking mess. Like, his abhorrent history aside, his not being able to keep his hands to himself aside, his abhorrent lack of policy aside, this dude cannot speak coherently. Furthermore, one of the things that the media, well, not independent media, but the, MSM, of course, will never, talk about, is the fact that twice in the past 24 hours, Biden has stated, my VP choice has to be able and willing to step up the moment I name them. What does that mean? And then the other time he said that, but he added a just in case something happens. Like, who says that? Like, I've never heard another candidate, like, there were like over 30 candidates who said, I need a good VP because they're going to be taking over. He obviously knows that they're using him for a puppet. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. Like, you're voting for someone who is admitting they won't even be president. So what I think is going to happen, which I've been saying literally for about 3 months, so, I think Hillary is waiting in the wings here, because she knows that people voted against her twice. She can't win on her own, even with cheating. So I think that she's waiting, and he will pick her as vice president. She'll pull the 25th Amendment, say he's incompetent, and next thing you know, she's president. Because, look, there is literally no way in hell she's going to let another woman be the first VP or president. There's not. We know her. There's no way she's going to allow it. It's not possible. Okay, see, I can't say that Joe has corona. I don't know. All I know is he keeps lying his ass off as usual. So he wasn't, nobody saw him for 6 days in the middle of a pandemic. Okay, meanwhile, Bernie's doing at least one live stream a day about coronavirus for over 2 weeks. That's a leader. That's a fucking leader. So anyway, so Biden's people come out and say, first, for 5 days, it was, we can't get the lighting right. His house isn't hooked up to do live streaming. Cut to 4 days prior when they did an interview in his house. Dude, okay, like, seriously, I know I'm not running for president, but I sit here in front of a fucking bureau, okay, in my spare bedroom. Lighting? Did you guys see the picture of Bernie in his house doing his fireside chat? He literally had like 2 1970 lamps, table lamps that turn yellow because they're so damn old. He had them sitting on his rug. That was his lighting. I mean, it's absolute bullshit. Then the 6th day he was absent, what happened is his campaign comes out and says, well, the reason why Joe has been staying back is because he doesn't want to interfere with the Democrats who are on the front line. Are you fucking kidding me? You don't want to, you want to stay back so others can do it? That is so presidential. Like, I post these things, and the amount of cognitive dissonance and ignorance, just willful ignorance. I mean, well, that's good he wants to stay back because it's respectful to everyone else. Well, I mean, just shit like this. Oh my God. So he finally freaking comes out and he does a live stream on the 7th day, just like Jesus on the 7th day. And it's 19 minutes. Oh my God. It's so fucking bad. It is so bad. He's reading from cue cards. I don't know what happens. The cue cards get mixed up or dropped or something, and he goes, and literally just, stops talking. And he's like, well, I guess I've talked enough about that. So it's about coronavirus, and he ends it with, God bless our troops. John, I thought of that as Buttigieg as a VP. I considered that at first, but yeah, he did say it'd be a woman. But I think Buttigieg is too new. Like, I really say it's going to Hillary. If not Hillary, Kamala. If not, but I mean, all the candidates are going to be in his cabinet except Bernie. But yeah, watch Biden's videos. They are painful. I mean, to say the least, they are absolutely painful. Oh my God. In 2016, many of us loathe Hillary for many reasons. She deserves it. But 2016 was different because even though she had a lot of medical issues, we knew she'd be competent, but competent in being a warmonger and a complete establishment ass. This time, we're scared because Joe is literally incompetent and will lose so poorly to Trump. I mean, seeing them on a debate stage together, I will be ashamed to be an American. And now he won't even agree to debate Bernie. Bernie needs to go hard. This is bullshit. He's being way too soft. I don't care if he goes at him like mentally, because I understand how that could, backfire on him. Nathan, that's exactly what I'm talking about. He said at least we didn't have to worry about Hillary confusing the nuclear codes for, the fact that this dude is going to have access to pressing war machine buttons is pretty terrifying. Plus, the amount of similarities between him and Trump is so overwhelming. And, I'm not going to vote for a sexual assaulter, warmonger, kids in cages, racist, xenophobic, just tool, and I'm not going to vote for Trump either. It's really that simple. People can shame all they want. You're talking about Biden and that's helping Trump. Dude, you think what we're saying is bad? Wait until the GOP. Wait. You think, oh my God, you have seen nothing yet. Because I guarantee you, they have so much shit on Biden. I guarantee you. It's going to be insane. And you know what? If Biden does get the nom, I'm still not going to stop talking about the truth. I'm not. You're absolutely right, Silas. Everybody else will be making the decisions, and if it's people like Buttigieg, that terrifies me because he's a total warmonger. He just hasn't proven it yet. But okay, so Biden comes out today in an interview, and he's like, from his pathetic green screen yet again. It's so obviously a green screen, and it has like these pseudo quasi like bookcase looking things, and I'm like, I don't know where you are, but it's not in a library. I like it's bad. But in any case, he's like, when I got out of the Senate, I was a professor in college, and then the college came forward and said, no, we gave you paid speeches, but you were not a professor. So he doesn't even, like, he lies so much, he doesn't, I honestly think he believes what he's saying. I really do. It's truly incredible. So he's, doing these little snippet interviews now, and he had something scheduled on Tuesday for some kind of stream, and he canceled it. Why? It's almost a week in advance. Why would you cancel it? Yes, he was coughing a lot, like in his like live streams. He was touching his face and coughing and sneezing and all this garbage, and Jake Tapper, I believe it was like, because he was like and Jake Tapper was like, you're supposed to cough into your elbow like this. He's like, I learned it from your live stream. And Biden's like, well, I'm here by myself. No, he wasn't. He was filming. He had people filming. So, I mean, like, his lies are endless, and sometimes they're about stupid stuff. So, like, why are you lying? Just be like, I'm human. I forgot. You're totally right. But no, he can't. He lies. Well, I'm here by myself. No, you're not. It really is one thing after another with him, and it's terrifying. I don't remember if I've been on since Tulsi endorsed Biden. I think I was, but I'm not surprised in the least. You guys know how I feel about her. And I'm not surprised. People need to stop saying, she said she'd endorse the nominee. Bernie's still in the motherfucking race, okay? There is no nominee as of now, and there wasn't when she endorsed him either. Furthermore, it's not the general. It'd be a different story if, it was after the primaries, he was given the nom, and she's like, I said I'd vote for the Dem no matter what. That's not what this was at all. This was, Bernie's still in the race. I have, stayed in this whole time, even though, there was no hope of me winning. I took votes that possibly could have went to him, and I rode off his coattails because because of his run in 2016, people knew who I was. And now I am going to wholeheartedly make a video endorsing Biden and saying how he's a good person and he's what America needs right now. No, that's not the same thing as endorsing the nominee. First, like I said, he's not the nominee. Second of all, you don't need to stroke his ego. If all it is I'm endorsing the nominee. People will do anything to bend over backwards to defend her. It's disgusting. She is not a progressive. Anyone who's been paying attention for months should know that. countless reasons. She is, people are like, I still support her, and no, then that says a lot about you. And then they're comparing it. Well, Bernie will endorse Biden. Well, guess what? I'll fucking flip on him too. But the difference is Bernie wouldn't be endorsing Biden when there's still a progressive in the race. That's my entire point. If you endorse the person when they're the only one running, that's different. It still would piss me off, but it's different. You can't compare that to someone who's like, if Tulsi waded to the general, I'd be like, shove it. But the fact that she did it while Bernie's still running, and for over a year, we've had to hear they're secretly working together. They're on the same team. They have a plan. And I would get reamed every time I'd say, look, if they were working together, she wouldn't be running against him. That's not working together. So we finally, don't have to hear that bullshit anymore. But still. Man, I'm not a drinker, but I think I'm turning into one. So yeah, that's my thing on Tulsi. I really, her brother posted on Instagram, that Tulsi asked Bernie. Tulsi said she would endorse Bernie multiple times, and Bernie refused and said he didn't want her endorsement. This is from her brother. He said Bernie treats her like shit. He's never been there for her. All this stuff. Just slandering Bernie completely. I was quite sure it was bullshit, but even so, if so-and-so is mean to me, so I didn't endorse them, is very Liz Warren. So regardless, I was like, stop. You made your own choices. You're an adult. Don't be like, he was mean to me, so I endorsed a warmonger, even though I say I don't support them. So somebody screenshots her brother's Instagram post, and Tulsi says, false. And so then someone I know, I'm not going to say who, but someone I know through, social media, reached out to her brother and said, why would you say this? Is there any truth to this? And he said, no, I was just a brother being overprotective. Okay, so I had two pieces of proof that he was full of shit and lying. That did not stop the Tulsi sycophants from using his post. See, Bernie treated her like shit, so don't complain that she endorsed Biden. Dude, exactly. She's supposed to be tough as nails. She's the strongest person. She'll stand up to anyone. And, you look back at these videos where she's like, what's the difference of keeping Trump if you're just going to put in, another warmongering, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, oh my God. Like, watching this back is like, holy shit, who are you? Because that's not the only thing. The reason I wasn't surprised about Biden is because I don't know if she changed during her run for presidency or if she started showing her true colors. I'm not sure what it is, but I started seeing a hell of a lot of stuff with her I didn't like. I think, Silas, I think that Bernie is aware something's going on with Biden cognitively as well. He was asked about it. And he did the correct thing. I support what he did. He he said I'm not going to comment on that, and I am glad he did, because that would backfire on him so bad. But I'm I'm sure he's aware of it. And I've been sending quite a number of videos to his campaign. But anyway, um, just me, the, oh, the two of them are king sycophants. I cannot watch either one of them. Well, Nico blocked me, so I can't watch them anyway. But, you know, him and Jimmy Dore will literally defend her to death. I mean, for people who are known because burners made them who they are, they seem to forget their roots a lot. And, you know, even if Bernie pisses me off, I will never, ever, ever, ever deny the fact that burners are the ones who watched my show. Burners are the ones who, you know, donated to get me to Iowa. Burners are the ones who have supported me. That's the difference. I respect my roots. The two of them bash Bernie something fierce. And I will you know, point out shit that pisses me off about Bernie, but I don't bash him. That's the difference. They insult him, they slander him, they make up lies about him. Yeah, I don't understand how any Bernie supporters can listen to either one of them either. I don't. It makes no damn sense. So now that Tulsi's out, are Jimmy and Nico gonna vote for Biden since their girl is, or are they gonna vote for Bernie, who they trash 24/7, or are they just not gonna vote? Well, actually, Florida already voted, so I'm kind of curious if Nico voted. Not that I really don't care though. I try not to let him satiate like negativity into my head. Oh, actually, California already voted too. This is okay. So, and let's go over the delegate situation. So, Super Tuesday was on February 3rd, or excuse me, March 3rd. So 21 days later, we have found out how many delegates we got in Utah, finally. And we did get the most. And we won Democrats abroad and got, I believe, 9. I believe we got, 9 delegates for Democrats abroad, which was taken care of by Bernie's brother, Larry. Hi, Uncle Larry, we love you. And then we got 16, I believe, from Utah. So you're looking at about 25, just in the past day. So now none of the charts have been updated, of course, but they started doing some of it depends what website you go to, so be very cautious. Some of the websites, when you type in delegates, they are combining the super delegate total like they did with Hillary. Now, the one good thing is at this point, Joe only has like 100-something super delegates, which is nothing compared to Hillary. Hillary had over 300. I believe it was almost 400. So if there is a good thing about it, you know, whatever. But so we got some more delegates there. At this point, it is stating that we are 290 different, but we still but that's, like I said, that's not including like the 25 in the past day. So that brings it to 265. Furthermore, we're still owed fucking California, and I believe one other state. I can't think of what the other state is, but I believe we're owed some from one other state as well. But even so, we are ahead by where Obama was at this time. Now, with these primaries being pushed out, I'm in Pennsylvania. Today, it was officially announced that our primary is from April 28th to June 2nd. I don't want to wait longer to vote for him. I know health-wise it's smarter. Like, I know, but I can't wait to vote for him. I can't wait. Like, and that's the good thing too. Like, our office will be open another month and we can work longer to try and get him the nom. But the thing I'm thinking of is that, like, the longer they have to go, the more Biden is going to fucking fizzle. And just, like, you know, his brain is going to keep just, like, melting, or however you want to say it. My only concern is that Bernie stays the fuck in. That is my concern. That right there. At the very, very least, he can say that he's trying to at least make everyone go more left, just like he did to Hillary. He got her to sign on to $15 minimum wage, free college, things like that. He's already gotten Joe to, you know, sign on to some college debt forgiveness. So at the very, very least, he needs to stay in. But I want him to stay until the end. You know, I'm unless this shit goes to July, I'm fucking going to Milwaukee still. Like, even if I have to wear a fucking mask and gloves, I'm going to Milwaukee. If the you know, convention is still going on, I will be there. I was in Philly and it was one of the hardest weeks of my life, but I don't regret going at all. So I will, as long as it's being held, I'm going to go. If it's not being held, I will be going to the DNC headquarters and I will be protesting there. So either way, they're going to have to deal with me regardless. I'll have my megaphone, I'll have signs, and I'll be live streaming. They'll probably arrest me, but you know, like, I'm all fucking in. Like, Bernie is our last chance. And no, that doesn't make him a martyr. And that doesn't mean that we're nothing without him. It just means that if the person that has changed the entire conversation and brought these things, you know, to light and made them household talking terms and, you know, created an entire revolution, if they can't do this shit, nobody fucking can. I'm not waiting for someone else to try and step up and even try to do a fraction of what that man has done. I mean, it's not possible. People are like, oh, well, AOC in 4 years. Look, no, there's no comparison. I mean, cool. Yeah. I had her on my show. I've met her a few times. She's good, but she's not Bernie. She's been in office like a year and a half. That's not the same thing. This is someone who has been fighting for us for fucking 50 years. No, this is our chance, period. We were fortunate enough to get a second chance after we were cheated out of the first one. We have this second chance. Every single person needs to be campaigning. Every single person. I was made a victory captain So I officially start tomorrow. I will be, and it's not a paid job, so I don't want to make it seem like that. But I will be training people on phone banking and doing friend-to-friend connections. I'll be creating events, things like that. So I'm still in it. I'm home from Iowa, but I haven't stopped. Um, that's the thing. AOC is still growing. Exactly. It's really that simple. She's still immature politically in some ways, which is understandable. She's 30 years old. Um, and she was an activist. She wasn't in politics before. So yeah, it's understandable, but she's not seasoned. So to compare that to Bernie is just, it makes no sense. Yeah, he does need, I mean, I'm telling you, like, I am so worried Bernie's gonna drop, and like, you guys have no idea how much I harass his staff. Like, I'm probably gonna start getting blocked because I'm like, I text them all, I message them all, I email them all. Don't let him drop. Look at what happened today, and don't let him drop. Listen to what so and so said, and because the thought of it like just kills me, like absolutely kills me. Um, and I, you know, if you would, like, we're so fucked. Like, we are so fucked. Biden or Trump? I did say that if Bernie is cheated again, we need to all move to Vermont, start a petition to remove Vermont from the contiguous United States and make him, the president of our little country of Vermont. So that way we get him either way. Cheers to that. Oh my God, Johnny, you are right as hell. I said that to someone today, not as witty, but Johnny said, would you consider voting for the lesser rapist? A woman was, the women coming out making excuses for Biden is just, oh my God. Whew, it's bad. And the woman was like, oh, well, he did this to her. How many times has Trump done that? It's the false equivalency thing. And I was like, is there a degree of creepiness? Like, is there like, well, he only touched 8 women, but he touched 13. So Joe's like a hero. Then I had one woman comment on my thing that said, another 50 women could come out about Joe Biden. I'm not voting for a man who just had a heart attack. Like, what? And it was a woman. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Like, I just want people to wake up, but they're not. So I can't count on that. Just me, Nina Turner, like, I've met her a bunch of times. I love her so much. And if I had my way since day one, I said burn and turn 2020. Like, that is my dream team. That is my ticket right there. I am nervous about who Bernie would pick as a VP. I am, like, for some reason, a lot of people want him to pick Stacey Abrams, which is gross, because she is with Cap. She is a total neolib. There's nothing progressive about her. She has ties to Hillary. Like, list goes on. But, I think that Bernie should pick his VP ASAP. I really, really do, regardless. Because Joe said that he will be picking his in the next 2 weeks or so. And if Joe picks an African-American woman and then Bernie does, it's just going to be like, oh my God, Bernie's such a poser. And like, if Joe picks a woman especially who's African-American, he will get those like, you know, identity politics votes like immediately, and like that's the shit people care about, unfortunately. A lot of people want Barbara Lee. My two trepidations about that is she endorsed Kamala Harris, which I guess she's from, you know, California. I get it, but that doesn't sit well with me. Also, Barbara Lee is 73 years old. Bernie ages hate Bernie, even though he's 10 months different from Biden. So picking a 73-year-old VP may not be the best move. But regardless, I think we need to pick her now. I'm sure it'll be a woman. We all know that. We've been saying it from the start. But I think we need to announce now. I really do. I think that regardless of who it is, it would likely give our campaign a boost of excitement, and it would show that we're staying in it. And hopefully it would bring more of a coalition, like more, maybe people would then say, well, you know what, I don't like Bernie, but I do like so-and-so. But I've also kind of maybe harassed Bernie's staff with the idea that we should, pick the VP right now. You guys, I'm going to be blocked by these people. I'm just like, I don't know how much they see. They're with him. They're on the campaign trail. They don't check social media 24/7. I have over 15,000 followers. I get emails. I get text messages. I get PMs. Joy, did you see this? Joy, did you see that? I wouldn't see these things if you guys weren't sending them to me. So I don't know what they see. So I'm just like, hey, check this out like every day. And do they see them all? I don't fucking know. But I can't stop, Yeah. Oh, God. Bernie, pick Nina. Jane has seen my show a few times. So, Jane, if you're watching, do not fucking let Bernie drop and pick Nina. I love you. That's it. Yeah, pick Nina now, hashtag. You guys, this is insane. I think I kind of addressed everything. I feel a little better. Oh. Yeah, Jenna, we do. We really need to rock the fuck out of PA and Ohio. Well, Miss Nina, lives in Ohio. Well, I think she lives in Baltimore, but she's from Ohio, former senator of Ohio. So I think we'll do, all right there. Yeah, Silas, at this point, just fucking announce. My standards are getting lower and lower. Just pick a VP, Bernie. Just fucking pick one. Please don't let it be Warren. But just fucking pick one. No, Jenna, what I was saying before you got here is that if we get fucked again, we are going to all move to Vermont, sign a petition to break Vermont off from the contiguous United States, and then we will have our own little country of Vermont and President Bernie. Joy for VP. True, Jenna. That's true. John B., you're 100% right. No, Jenna, it's not about affordability. We're literally going to get a commune, and we're going to like grow our own food, and we're going to like squat. We're going to have tents. Like, I really thought about this shit. Like, seriously, I really have. A lot of us are crafty, so we can make crafts. You can paint, you can sell your paintings. I will sell some of my sewing. It is a bit cold for tents, but there will be lots of us. So body heat, you know, that came out way more perverse than than I intended it to be. Yeah, oh my God, Vermont was just a lovely place. I was fortunate enough to go to Bernie's birthday party last year in Burlington. And oh my God, I just love Burlington. It's so wonderful. True, no snakes. You guys are the best. Oh, so Jenna, you'll like this. I'm not sure if you saw this. So I have a special guest Tuesday. Yay. So Tuesday I have Graham Elwood coming back. I haven't had him in a few months, so I'm excited. Tuesday is actually April Fool's. So coincidentally, that's when we're doing our show. Last time I saw Graham was in person, and he did a striptease on a pole for me, and it was hot as hell. He meant it to be funny, and I was like, yay. So maybe we can get something like that going again. Oh, boogies. Hi, boogies. So yeah, tune in for Graham. We always have a great time. I may do my Russian accent as well as usual. But he's a great guy, and he's awesome. So tune in for that. I'm sure we'll have a great talk as usual. But thank you guys for tuning in as always. You're amazing. I'm just kind of doing shows sporadically. So at the very latest, I'll be on Tuesday night for Dairy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dairy Ann. If you guys watch Graham, we should do Dairy Ann. He goes like this, and he does this girl that talks like this. And we could totally do that, Jenna. Like, totally. And people who haven't watched Graham are probably like, what the fuck? But trust me, Graham does that, and it's amazing. So yes, I love you too. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best, and I will see you soon.